In InDesign, you can wrap or float text around objects, like graphics, shapes, and text frames. In this postcard, you wrap the text around this image in different ways. If you want to follow along, you can open this file from the downloadable practice file for this tutorial. To select the image, select the Selection tool in the Tools panel on the left, and come out and click on the image. Make sure you select the frame, and you don't click the control grabber in the middle, which selects the image in the frame. Now you will wrap this text around this image so it doesn't cross over it. Now you could simply resize the text frame so the text is fit within a certain area. But if you ever move the image or resize it, or for instance, you have to resize the text frame again. If you wrap the text around an object like this image, the text will always wrap and stay the same distance away. When wrapping text around content, you apply the text wrap to the object that the text is wrapping around. So the image in this case. That way, if the image ever moves or you add other text, all text will wrap around it. With the image selected in the Properties panel on the right, there are several options for the wrapping text in the Text Wrap section in the panel. The simplest type wrapping is to wrap text around the bounding box of the selected content. Click the Wrap Around Bounding Box option here. The text will now no longer cross over the image. It actually stops at the bounding box or frame edge. Even if the image frame moves like this, the text will wrap around the image. If you move your image, choose Edit, Undo Move Item to undo it. Now the text in this frame isn't all along. Don't worry about it. You'll fix that shortly when you learn about another type of text wrap. Notice how the text goes right up to the image frame. It would look better if the text was moved away a bit. To do that, you can apply the offset to the different frame edges. Top, right, bottom, and left. In the Properties panel to see the offset options, click More Options in the Text Wrap section of the panel. If you change any of these values, they should all change together. To change the offset on just the right side, make sure make all settings the same as off. By clicking it, if necessary, it should look like this. Then change the offset right value by clicking the up arrow. That increases the distance of the text is from the frame edge on the right side of the frame. Positive value move the wrap away from the frame. And negative value move wrap within the frame. If you wanted to turn the text wrap off, you could just click No Text Wrap option with the image selected here. To deselect this image, choose Edit, Deselect All. Now you will reshape the image frame with the Direct Selection tool and see how it affects the text wrap. Select the Direct Selection tool and move the pointer over the upper right corner of the image frame. When the pointer is over the corner point, and the pointer changes appearance. In other words, a little box appears next to it. Click and drag to the left to reshape this image frame. Stopping at the vertical line, this crops hides the part of the image. When you release the mouse, notice that the text stayed the same. That's because it's still set to warp around the bounding box surrounded the image. But you can change that. Select the selection tool in the tools panel. This ensures that the frame is selected and not the image. Then click the Wrap Around Object Shape option. To wrap around the image area isn't showing. Notice that the image is now selected. You can tell because of the brown box around it. To move the text away, click Move Options in the Text Warp section of the Properties panel. To show the offset, change the top offset value by clicking the top arrow. When you wrap text around the object shape, there's really only one offset value to work with. To change the value faster, you can actually press the Shift key and click the Up button. This keyboard shortcut works for just about any field in InDesign. To see the final text wrap, you can choose Edit, Deselect All. There are really a lot of ways to work with text wrap in InDesign. And that opens up a lot of creative doors for you and your designs.